All right, so we're going to talk about the next story. Yesterday, I rambled and talked about, 6 p.m. Yeah. MultiVersus, I rambled about MultiVersus yesterday with my experience and what I didn't like about it. This is going to be more structured because they have an article talking about MultiVersus relaunch draws many players and many complaints. Okay, so we'll see if some of my complaints are inside this this article, and then we'll go to the Reddit post as well and cover that as well. If you like what I do here, we do this Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning till noon Eastern. If you like what I do here, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. All right, so MultiVersus relaunches and draws many players as many complaints as well. MultiVersus has finally launched a fully after an open beta, which many didn't realize was an open beta back then. Okay, shut down in June of 2023, which is 1 year after it came out in June of 2022. And while it returns has attracted over 100,000 concurrent players on Steam alone, it's also sparked many complaints. Okay, so the data from players tracking website SteamDB shows MultiVersus, the Warner Brothers brawler, where Gizmo and Gremlins, Rick and Morty, LeBron James, Batman, Arya Stark, Bugs Bunny, Shaggy, Tom and Jerry, Jason, and more can all fight. Hit a 24-hour peak of 114,515 concurrent players upon its May 28th, 2024 launch day. And it's strong start for a free-to-play brawler on PC. Sony and Microsoft do not publish player numbers for PlayStation or Xbox. Not everyone is happy, though, with the changes developer player first game made. During the hiatus, however, a MultiVersus has dropped to overall mixed perception on Steam as a result of the negative reviews. Changes to the mechanics and the removal of certain features, the intrinsic monetization headline the complaints, with some fans even saying that the final version of MultiVersus feels more like a beta than the beta did, which I find pretty funny because, yeah, that's what it seems like to me as well. Okay, they've also taken away more features than they've added, the camera being zoomed in on the team color options and removed pretty crazy in my opinion. On the top of the list, other really important changes like locking characters even in practice range, Reddit user RadBrad433 wrote. He says, quote, when the Marvel Rivals is in the playtest alpha and can launch into competitive mode, built-in tournament system, and relatively have a well-balanced characters, and this game launches like this nearly a year after, or actually a year and a half after a public testing, I don't get it. There's supposed to be learning lessons here in the beta, and now it's early, but after playing most of today, it feels like a miss. So basically what happened is, this game came out in June of 2022, was out for a year, closed down in June of 2023, and since last summer, June 2023, till now, 1 year after, so the game's been in development for at least 3 years, right? You would think a year in development, a year in testing, a year off from testing, and now it comes back, and it's missing more features than it had when it launched in beta, okay? Which is a little concerning, okay? So MultiVersus launched in July of 2022, okay, but many didn't realize its status as an open beta due to the Battle Pass and other microtransactions, additionally downloadable characters, and so on. After the game's number had dwindled to under 1,000 concurrent players on Steam, Player First Games announced that the beta would come to an end in June of 2023. Throughout our open beta, we've been working hard to build the best gameplay experience, and we appreciate all the inspiration you've been giving us. And the co-founder of the game director, Tony Huini, I don't butchered it, okay, said at the time, our open beta has been an important learning opportunity for us and stepping stone for the next phase of MultiVersus. This is why I say don't buy anything, right? They put a microtransaction store over a year ago. You paid for all this stuff. They ran with your money and then decided to come back and said, hey, we gave you the stuff, but there's still stuff missing. But as noted by Madrian players online, the full version of MultiVersus is lacking several features the beta did. Let's give it up for Warner Brothers and the first games for killing the offline scene by removing the complete offline roster, said on Reddit. The other honorable mentions go on to not being able to test characters before buying them and removing options for people to build muscular memories with. Okay. Another post is Sloppy Buttons lists everything that changed for the worse from the beta period, which also includes battle changes like no leaderboards after the battle report, no game mode or more mode changes like removal of cooperative battles against AI, no free-for-all mode with items, also points to more loading screens, removed input options, and more. Okay, Players are otherwise frustrated with the economy of the version of MultiVersus. While it's free-to-play game with the likes of battle passes and other microtransactions that lets players buy skins, new characters, many other players complain about major changes to how monetization works. I had watched my video yesterday, okay? Near the end of the stream, I talked about how the monetization I felt was really scummy. So let's see what they say, okay? A cheaper tier of characters available for 1,500 fighter currency. One of the in-game currencies are no longer available, which you paid for if you were founders and whatnot, with every character now costing between 3,000 and 6,000 each, or 1,000 and 1,200 Gleamium. The main premium currency bought with real money. The cheapest players can buy Gleamium is a pack of 450 for $5, right? So technically they're taking 50 cents, right? If you do a penny a thing or whatever, it would be $5 and you should get 500 coins, but you're getting 450 for $4.99, while most expensive and the best value pack is 6,000, which costs $49.99. Okay, the bundles have specifically caused frustration too, as an uncommon skin costs 500 Gleamium. Okay, 500 Gleamium you would think is $5, but if you pay $4.99, you're only getting 450 Gleamium. Okay, meaning the cheapest is $4.99 bundle doesn't quite grant players enough to buy one. This is common technique used to keep players spending. Scummy as hell, wrote one person. No one wants to spend $10 for what should be a $5 skin. Please change it to 500 Gleamium. I think it can speak on behalf of everyone. That's absurd. Okay. Only 5 characters are available for free at launch too, and the rest of the roster must be unlocked with fighter currency, which is earned through completing missions, seasonal events, single player mode Rift, and also the battle pass with Gleamium. Players who want a full roster immediately must therefore pay using the cheapest options available, which would cost you $155. This will give players access to every character, but not extensive collection of skins, announcer packs, animated ringouts, profile icons, and so on, which are all available at an additional cost. A bundle which includes one skin stance, emotes, voiceover, and ringout for Shaggy is currently available on sale for 2,444 Gleamium instead of 3,325. Okay, player purchases that the 20 Gleamium pack will again find themselves short of that amount with 2,200 total, right? How a company does this is beyond me, okay? This is scummy of the scummiest sense, okay? If they haven't learned from all these other games in the past decade that have tried to pull this stuff off is beyond me. But they do it on purpose because they're greedy corporations. Okay, WB has to make that debt back. Okay, the pack is on cheaper end of the main of any other offer too, with the others costing as much as $33.90 Gleamium on sale for $4,525 usually. And I love this, right? They make this just made up number in their head. They're like, oh yeah, it costs $45.25, but we're giving it on sale for $33.90. Really? This made-up number that you made, and you're putting this other made-up number that you're doing? It's so ridiculous. This one includes a banner on top of what's included in Shaggy's bundle and would cost players $35 at the discounted price of $45 usually. This is exactly why I said none of these characters should cost money. They are charging so much absurdity for these bundles for banners and voice lines and skins and all this other stuff. All the fighters in the game should be free in the game, okay? You shouldn't have to purchase these characters on top of all the other stuff, okay? It's a PvP fighting game. They spend a year making literally everything gameplay-wise worse on implementing a fucking currency stories, FOMO, and mobile game level grind for gems for players versus everyone's upgrades, okay? Patrick on Steam said, so much potential wasted due to baffling decisions and corporate greed, wrote another user. Amen, brother. Okay. Quote, they locked the ability to test our characters and skins in practice, removed our universal currency of gold, and replaced it with 3 different mobile game bullshit currencies, including Prestige, which is basically a VIP system. Pay more money, get more Prestige currency, use Prestige currency to unlock the most wanted cosmetics, and MultiVersus still pulls in a good number of players despite these complaints, but players' first games knows from experience that numbers can quickly fail fans, and therefore hoping it moves addressing the community's complaints quickly. This is what they're trying to do, okay? They're trying to make as much money as possible off suckers, okay? Off suckers. Okay, and this is a problem. Okay, this is scummy tactics put in. Oh, this costs $5, but you're only getting $4.50. Okay, so everything that changed for worse from the beta period. Okay, I love when I talk about this stuff. I always get blips inside of YouTube when you start talking about one of these companies. It's amazing to me. I mean, it's like clockwork. It really is. So everything that changed for the worse from the beta period. Gameplay. No more ground neutral air. The camera zooms in far too often. No leaderboards. No after battle report, aka damage done ring outs. You can't see who's accepted declined rematches. Okay, modes. No more co-op versus AI, which is stupid in my opinion. Okay, no offline play. No FFA mode with items. Training. You can no longer play as characters you don't own in local play or training. You can't change your controller settings in the training room anymore. More full loading screens than changing settings start positions. No advanced tutorial mode. Economy progression. No more cheaper characters, e.g. Garnet or Taz for $1,500. Every character is $3,000 to $6,000. No non-Glimium skins. No more Battle Pass XP after every match. We can also level up the Battle Pass from challenges now. No toast backs if someone toasts you after you've left the post-match screen. You have to use your character tickets if you got them, presumably also Battle Pass tickets. You can't choose to pay characters currency or Glimium. Settings, no options to remove team colors in battles, no ability to swap neutrals or side attacks, can't remove lower buffering inputs, and can't change the game's language and settings. I mean, this all sounds fantastic. You've done a fantastic job, WB, in Play First Games. Okay, I don't think you actually played first or player first games. Okay, I think you went backwards. You literally took more things out of the game than you put into the game. A year after you put in a 1 year playtest, you literally took majority of the things out, got the feedback that you got from people. These are things that they actually liked in the actual game, hence why you added it originally in the first place, and then you removed this stuff in for more grimy, scummy business tactics because you're just scummy. And this seems really bad. It does, because the game itself is actually pretty fun. I'm pretty good with Batman. I like playing the game, but let me tell you, man, every corner around, it just feels like they're trying to pull something off, right? I showed you yesterday that I have to complete the rift, but I can't do the one rift because I need a t-shirt, and the t-shirt's going to cost me Glimium, and I don't have enough Glimium to pay because I have to, if I want to play the Batman or any other character with the t-shirt on, I have to then go spend money in the real store to then go back to play a thing that gets little stars here and there. Okay, it's absolutely scummy in every shape, way, or form. As of right now, I hope that this game bombs. I do. I hope it goes the way of the dodo because of these scummy tactics that it does. If you're enjoying it, enjoy it as long as you can, because just like they took it down off of last year because they lost the player base and there was no one playing the game, that's going to happen much faster this time around. Why? Because we're not idiots. We played a game and we thought it was a better game back when it came out a year ago, 2 years ago when it launched, okay? And now it's a worse game. A worse game that you're going to be paying real money for to unlock these characters to have a worse experience in this game. Do not give them money. Do not pass go. Do not let them collect $200 off of you, okay? Wait to play. There's plenty of games out there that you can play for free. There's plenty of games out there that you can buy with your actual hard-earned money. There's plenty of games out there that are better than this game right now. This game right now is in a worse state than it was when it left, okay? Do not help them. The only way they're going to help is not playing the game. They'll learn real quick what is right and what's wrong in the gaming industry. These are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments section down below. Please make sure you share, like, subscribe, and if you like what I do here, please make sure you check out some of our other videos. Thanks for watching.